Alrighty, peace, family. This is your brother, Mr. Holipsism. I'm waiting for this YouTube video to thing so I can mute it because I know it's going to give me a echo. Come on. Okay, good. Yeah, what's up, y'all? Coming to you live on this fine Sunday morning. Well, yo, what's the temperature there, Larry? What's the temperature where you are?
It's cool today. It's only gonna get to about the mid 50s today.
Oh, okay.
So be
So you about the same as us over here.
yeah, this is a down day. We had 75 degrees not too long ago, damn near 80. So today is just a down day because it rained and stuff all through the region. So it'll be back up to normal degrees, this week.
Yo, peace, Gloria Bernard. Peace, underrated mind. Everybody in the chat room, everybody listening. Um, Basically, me and my cousin, who's on the phone right now, my other cousin who hasn't logged in yet, but he'll be coming shortly. Um, we always have these conversations, and we always said, man, wouldn't it be cool if we could have this conversation like on a live stream? Because we get into everything. We get into socioeconomics, politics, music, um, comics, movies, everything. Peace. What's up, Cole Dunstan? I'm right here. Peace, Oshun. Yeah, so it's no particular topic, but we were just gonna do what we normally do because sometimes when we get on the phone, we just talk about everything, you know? And if anybody's wondering who's on the phone with me now, this is my cousin Larry, also known as Lawrence Tucker. And if you've listened to my channel, you've heard him before. If you go through my archives, you'll see a video called Fuck the People.
My
So
favorite topic.
yeah, that's the one that you might know him from, be familiar with. That's one of my favorites. That's like a inside joke amongst the family.
Favorite topic. As a matter of fact, I just said that the other day to somebody because we were talking and she's like, yeah, but what's up to us show, but fuck the people. I'm not showing it because they
The
see it
people.
all. Yeah, they see it all the time and still don't want to believe it. So the people, man, fuck the people.
I was just gonna put out a post. Um, I was looking at rappers, and I don't want to pick on rappers because they're not the only one to do this. But there, I was looking at pictures of rappers showing off money, right?
Mm,
Like people like got money spread all over the bed. Oh, wait a minute, we got our brother. Just he went in and went back out. So I guess he's having technical issues.
cool,
But he'll
Lamont.
be back. Yeah, I just saw him and then he went back out.
Oh, okay.
But I was looking at rappers showing off their money and stuff. And I'm still gonna do it. I just, the live stream came up, so I didn't have time. But I was putting up like I saw the guy with the diamond. What's his name? Sauce Walker or something. I don't know these guys. And he had a diamond embedded in his cheek. Like the teardrop that they always put.
Yeah.
He has it as a diamond. It costs about 250K. And then the other guy, little Lil Uzi Vert, another person I know nothing about, had a diamond put in his head like the Vision from Marvel. That's
Mm-hmm.
supposedly worth $24 million. I don't believe that shit.
Hell, first of all, he ain't got $24 million.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. There's no way in hell I believe that.
Nah, first of all, he don't have $24 million, and then they try to say he paid for it over the last 6 years. So he paid $4 million a year for a diamond to be put in his forehead. That's not true.
I
That,
don't believe that shit
hell no,
personally.
hell no. Because first of
Uh-oh.
all, what did Don King say about counting your money?
What did he say?
If you can count your money, you ain't got none.
Ah. Yo, what's up, fam?
Yo, what's going on, fellas? No cameras
What's
on
up?
here? All right, cool.
Nah, you can put on a
Yeah,
picture if you want. There you go.
All
yeah,
right. Yo, what's
man.
going on, fellas?
I'm wrapped up in covers, looking like so I ain't definitely ain't getting on cam right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty much the same way. I got coal in my eyes. I got,
Yeah,
like,
I'm not trying to do that to y'all. Y'all can put the picture up. It's okay.
well, I got like a little bit of like, like little dits. How are y'all hearing me? Is it clear?
Very clear, actually.
Okay.
What, your microphone?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
y'all when y'all are talking, it's like it's like little divots in the voice.
Really?
Oh, nah, you're clear.
Okay.
Yeah, both of you guys are clear. Actually, I can hear you both.
Hmm. Okay. Well, what's up
Yeah.
again, fellas? What's going on?
Yeah, I was saying about the post that I was gonna put. I was showing all the rappers showing they wealth and just I think I put up Usher. He had like a $3 million watch or something like that with his face and diamonds. And I put up the guy Quavo who
Quavo.
brought his some chick that ended up leaving him Bentley.
Yeah, sweetie.
Yeah, whatever. And then I put up a picture of right next to that of the slave theater basically demolished. Just to, like to juxtapose that against all of this fabulous wealth that everybody's spending and it's stuff that's important, everybody fucking forgets. Which gets back to Larry's point. Fuck the people.
Yeah. Yep. These people, they wearing like small city blocks, walking
Well,
around. Go
well,
ahead,
I
fellas.
will say this because you know me, uh, all my life. I have zero problem with nice things. If you could afford a $3 million watch, get it. If you can afford the Bentley or whatever, get it. But now, in fairness to them, I say fuck the people, but I always got to be fair. In fairness to them, just using the slave theater as an example because you posted that, they don't come from that. They have no clue what that is.
I know.
Like Usher being a Southern boy, Quavo being a Southern boy, they don't know anything about any of that.
I
So
know. You're right.
so that's in fairness to them. Now, I mean, what you used to always tell me, people spend money on what's important to them. Cause like I say, you know me, I'm not buying no damn $1,000 cell phone. I don't give a shit what it do. I'm not paying $1,000 for no cell phone because
Yeah, it's
that's
what
not
you value. It's what you value. But you'll pay
correct.
1,000 for a watch.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's
So,
what you
yo,
value.
exactly. Some people value technology. You can do, the
Mhm.
phones is not just making calls anymore. You're literally walking around with a computer on your hip. You could
Yeah.
do money transactions, investments. It's not just $1,000. You could make over $1,000 with a phone.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like the way I look at technology is it's a tool for me.
Hmm.
Like I remember when I got my first computer and I spent must have been around 2 grand on that computer. Do you know what the hard drive size was on that computer?
I remember it was something.
The hard drive,
32
like forget about gig.
Yeah. Oh no.
bit,
Oh no.
32 bits or something like that.
And I'm like,
Hmm.
this it's just so amazing how rapid the technology is. Because right now you could get like a little USB thing that had more drive space than my
Yeah.
first computer.
Yep.
Right.
So it's like, for me, it's like practicality is what, because what it did was it freed me up so much. Like it was 2000, but I saved so much money because I could fax things, I could scan things, I could research. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to go to the library. Remember that? Remember that we had to go to the library to do research?
Oh yeah, and read.
None of
Yeah.
that. All of that stuff was eliminated because I had something there that allowed me to do it. I am so pro technology that it's crazy. I am pro technology. I don't even understand people that don't embrace technology. I don't get it. Because anything that can make life easier, I'm down for it.
I'm with you both. I'm with Larry on the side of I like a little jury for occasions. Every now and again, I'm not going to spend anything massive. I would definitely spend money on technology. My phone is way more convenient. Yes, I have a laptop, but I don't want to put no big old car battery on my lap to research, you know, what hotel I want to stay at. I just take out my phone, you know, because that thing gets hot. Now going back to these celebrities, my only issue, and Larry is 1000% correct, right? How they should feel, but then when they start putting their 2 cents in on policies and politics and stuff like that, okay, what side of the fence are you guys on? You know, hey, all right, you want to have a $6 million thing on here and walking around through neighborhoods where there's people who are homeless and starving, and then you want to talk about these same people. Oh, you need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and all these other conversations. Well, bruh, can get you can get a nice size ring that ain't $6 million. It could help out a lot of people. That's just how I feel about it.
Not even that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but Larry's correct. Like, I don't want to make it seem as if I like me juxtaposing what they're doing against the slave theater is not so much about them personally. It's just about where our value system is. You know what I mean? Because those people are products of the environment. I don't care if they're rich. I don't care if they're wealthy and they can get this and that. They're still products of the environment. So their value system, their money is going to go to where their values are. And if you got black people who not used to really having money get money, then they're going to let you know I got money. Because that's the thing that we haven't had. So I get it. But it's just crazy the like the wealth inequality. And you know what I'm saying? Like when you have little organizations, like there's guys who literally walk around with five or 10 grand in their pocket.
Yes.
On a daily basis.
Yes.
And I'm not saying, and I'm not making a statement that that's wrong or anything, because like I'm definitely with Larry in the sense that if you have the money to afford things and you can get them, get it. I don't even have a problem with the concept of a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? My only problem is, and I'll use Amazon as an example. When your CEO, there's reports in the news that he might potentially be the first trillionaire, and your workers can't get a living wage for the company that you're making your $1 trillion off of, you are a piece of shit. There's no other way to put. So basically, in order for you to justify that, you saying that him having $1 trillion worth of wealth is more important than people having a living wage that work for his company?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Fuck him. Like once he gets his trillion, what's gonna happen? That's like if it's almost crazy. Like people are so vested into other people having money. It's just like sports. Your team wins the Super Bowl. You're very excited and you're happy about it. But what the fuck do you get out of it, really, tangibly, other than feeling good?
Right.
And that's the way, like, it seems like that's the way poor people is in relation to these filthy rich people. It's like the concept of that motherfucker coming out of pocket with taxes and contributing to the society that he's making so much fucking money out of is so oh my God, we can't have that. But what we want people to do is work themselves to death for $7.25 an hour. We're actually having this discussion. Fuck that nigga. Fuck him. Tax his ass and take that money and redistribute it. I don't give a fuck about him reaching to $1 trillion. Like, what does that do for me? And you're reaching $1 trillion at the expense of the people who's working and building that company for you. Because Jeff Bezos ain't packing shit. He ain't delivering shit.
Very true.
And the only thing you got to do is pay them a living wage. It's not like they're even asking for a whole. I had posted about this company. I think it was a hedge fund company. And every single person in the company at the end of the year got $100,000.
I remember that.
CEO, workers, everybody got the same amount of a bonus. These people, they're not Apple, because I'm quite sure they don't make as much as Apple. They don't make as much as of these multi-conglomerate corporations and whatever, but yet they were able to pay their employees and everybody $100,000 as a bonus. Oh, I'm breaking up?
Yeah, it was a little bit.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
No, you was clear. I heard you clear. You didn't break up on mine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's my only issue. If Jeff Bezos can make $150 billion and his workers get a living wage, I would be so pro Jeff Bezos, it'd be crazy. Jeff Bezos can get a moat. He can get like a helipad. I don't give a fuck what he get. If his workers is getting some benefit from his $1 trillion company, I have no problem with it. But I got major problems where you got people pissing in a goddamn cup because they can't take a fucking bathroom break.
Yeah, that's insane.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And then I think about if I was in his position, those my employees would love the fuck out of me. They would love the fuck out of me. I mean, we take care of our people. We take care of our people right now, and we ain't got no money. We ain't rich people, but we take care of the people that work for us. Right, Larry?
Yep. Absolutely.
Well, I remember the Costco thing. What was it, a couple of years ago? They was doing right by their employees too, and their profits went up because the morale was so high.
Yeah,
Same thing.
That's very important. I used to always say a happy workforce is a productive workforce. I used to always say that because I've been at jobs where, like I said, we had supervisors that couldn't get people to make extra money. You know, you a suck ass supervisor when you can't get somebody to make extra money. Like, yo, you want to come and do something? Everybody like, nah, I'm good. I ain't even messing with you. But then we had a supervisor where, I mean, the most knuckleheaded dudes that we had, if he was like, oh man, he's like, damn it, such and such forgot to get this. They'd be like, yo, you want me to go? I'll grab that for you. Don't even worry about it. Let me run and get it. We'll be back. Don't even sweat it. And the company, they fired him because they was mad. I don't know what they was mad at. They was mad because he was so close with all the employees and the employee, but he understood like something little like I'm eating while I'm working. He didn't care about that because you was working. You know, our trucks was never late. We always got out on time. Most of the time we was early. Then when the truck came, the driver used to love to come to our station because then when the truck came, we would go out there and load the truck for him because we knew how he liked to load it. We would run out there and load the truck for him, blah, blah, blah. So by the time he finished making his phone calls and getting his stuff straight, his truck is done. And he like, oh, all right, yo, I'm out. You know, he was good. So, but they fired that dude because I don't even know what reason they gave at the time, but I know it was because everybody was so close in there. Like we got the work done, but they would rather have the asshole people that don't give a shit about the worker that just want to throw his weight around. But then, like you said, morale get low and people don't give a shit. And ultimately the company is the one that suffers. Because when people don't give a shit, it's like, yeah, all right, man, this is stuck out there. I don't know what you're going. I'm not going to get it. I don't know what you want. You go get it. You know what I'm saying? But with him, it was like, yo, don't even worry about it. Let me run and get it. You know, stuff was never missed. Trucks was always on time. And they was like, yeah, nah, we don't like that. You running too efficiently. You gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a philosophy to management, and it's sort of like they always feel like they have to justify their position. And the perfect supervisor is if you don't even notice the supervisor. That's the perfect supervisor. But people can't wrap their head around that concept, because it's like what I said before. If let's say I give you the powers of Magneto, what's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to try to move something. that's just what you do. If I give you the power of flight, what you going to do? You're going to fly. It's like people going to do. It's like, so when you make somebody a supervisor, what they're going to do? Supervise. That's what they got it in their mind. It's like, no, I got the exact opposite. It's like, if everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing, then I don't have to do shit except just monitor and make sure everybody's doing what they're doing.
That's right.
I don't have to micromanage. I ain't got to be up in your face. I don't have to give you tasks every fucking day so that you don't know what the hell you doing.
It's stuff to make it harder. You know what? You should do it like this. Well, that's going to add like about 20 more minutes to my workload. Yeah, but you know, management's restructuring all this crazy stuff. Like,
yeah,
all right, bro.
No, because I have to give it to you so that people can see that I'm doing something.
Yeah, that's all that is. That's all.
Went through that too. Hey, y'all should do this like this. Yeah, but that looks good on paper, but it's gonna add time, and then your shit won't go out on time. Well, yeah, well, come on, guy. You know, let's give it a try. I said, all right, no problem. I'm gonna do it your way. What happened? A week later, they came back and it was like, how come the truck is late? How come this? Because of that dumb shit y'all said for us to do, which we told you wasn't gonna work. Like, if you're not down here doing it, listen to the people that's doing it.
And they don't.
I love it.
They never do.
That. That's perfect what you just said. How you gonna come back to me and ask me what's going on? Do you remember them changes you told me to like last week when I was telling you it was no good? Yeah, that's why we in this situation. The same thing. I'm not gonna mention the company because y'all know where I worked when I was up there. Same thing happened. Everybody was getting the numbers. All the numbers was great, way over. We had enough numbers in inventory that could have linked into the next year, into the next 2 quarters. It was like, yeah, you know what? You guys are moving too fast. You need to do it at this time. Knock on the door 3 minutes. Go to the next door. Now, who's doing that? Like, literally, we got a stopwatch on us? Okay, we're going to do it your way. The numbers tanked ridiculously. They came to us and was trying to penalize us for us not. No, we doing what the rule book says to do. How are you going to penalize us? I'm trying to tell you guys that's not going to work. This is real world out here.
And it gets back to another point that I've always made. When companies don't pay their workers, like let's say you're paying your workers $7.25 an hour and you're making $1 billion as a CEO. When you don't pay your workers, what you're doing is you're making the public subsidize them. Because if they have to get food stamps, if they have to get any type of social services, guess who's fucking paying for it? So you mean to tell me, so because Jeff Bezos doesn't want to pay his own fucking workers, I have to pay them?
Yeah, we gotta pay.
Fuck Jeff Bezos.
How much is Amazon?
Jeff Bezos can kiss my fucking ass.
How much do Amazon workers make an hour?
Oh,
Hmm?
how much they make
I
an hour?
think they make 15 now. I could be mistaken because I think that Bernie Sanders and Ro Khanna had passed some type of bill called the Jeff Bezos Act or something, and they kind of forced him to raise the minimum wage to 15. But then what he did was, you give and you take away. So he raised it to 15, then he took away their stock or something. He did. I don't know the exact details of it, but I do believe that they make 15.
That's shrewd.
I think.
They
Yeah, because I
force
know
him.
it's it's not. Yeah, because I know 15 isn't the minimum wage nationally yet. I know they're trying to do it, but it's not there yet.
And 15 is not a living wage. It's don't get me wrong, it's double what the current shit is, so that's always good.
Yeah, some places already at 15. It's just not national yet.
Right. Oh, and there's
But
another point that I wanted to make too while it's on my mind. I don't think employers understand that if you take care, like most employers are anti-union. Like you look at the WWE, you look at UFC, other private corporations, they can't stand unions because they don't want the workers to have rights. But what they don't realize is if you take care of the workers, they don't have to form a fucking union.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why they're forming a union is because you're constantly trying to get them to do maximum work for little money. Maybe if you paid them, maybe if you took care of them, they wouldn't unionize on your ass. There would be no incentive for them to unionize because the employers are taking care of the employees. But because you don't do that, you're basically incentivizing the very thing that you say you hate.
yeah, or if you was taking care of them, even if they got a union, you wouldn't really give a shit because it wouldn't be nothing for the union to complain about.
But you
Right.
wouldn't need them.
But
You
the
wouldn't need
union
them
wouldn't
anyway.
even be there.
Yeah, you wouldn't need them
Nobody would
anyway.
unionize. Like, take for instance, that company where the employees get $100,000 bonus. You think they're unionizing?
No.
They probably tell a union to get out. We good. Get out of here, bro. We don't
Not
need
only
you. We
that, if
good.
you say something bad about my company, you might get fucked up in these streets.
Yeah, they giving me 100,000 at the end of the year. Like, look, don't say shit about this. Where's that company based out of?
I have to
Because I'm
look and
sure,
get
because I'm sure it's a foreign company. I'm sure it's not a domestic company.
No, it's in America.
And they don't have people wanting to knocking down their door to come work there.
Well, I'm quite sure it ain't that easy to get a gig. If people
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
let me see if
it's
I can
probably
find
hard to
it.
get in there now. Ain't nobody leaving those companies.
Right. But that's kind of how I feel about raising the minimum wage to more than $15 too, though. I think that's I've always said it. I think that's a double-edged sword. Um, and I mean, I don't know. That's just I don't know about that.
Don't know about what?
Having a federal $15 minimum wage. I don't know about that. Because minimum wage jobs are typically for, like high school kids and people trying to work their way through school and stuff like that. $15 an hour isn't a great living, but it's not bad. I think it's over 30,000 a year, if I'm not mistaken, which in a place like New York might not be all that much, but in a place like Fayetteville, North Carolina, that's a pretty good living.
And
So,
what's wrong with that?
well, nothing is wrong with it per se in theory, but if you have people that go into those positions and then don't ever leave those positions, see, minimum wage are supposed to be, bridge jobs, like to hold you down until you can do better. But if that's not that bad, and you can, and you can live off of that, then people will not be, cycling through those jobs, and unless they're going to create more, which is going to cost more money, which is going to be another point of contention. What are like the kids coming up going to do? Like the high school kids now, what are they going to do? What are the people that's in college and just trying to get a job to work their way through school? What are they going to do? I think it's going to clog up, if for lack of a better term, the minimum wage job industry. I can't think of another way to say it. But all of those jobs that are like that, it has the potential, or as my man says, the potentiality to clog up, all of those types of jobs.
Mm.
I don't
So-
think that's I wouldn't look. Oh, go ahead, Lamont.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know. First of all, people retire. People leave jobs all the time. Now, what I will say too is there's guys with college degrees who spent tons of money on education who can't get jobs in the field that they studied their whole life for, and they're looking for a $15 job. So I feel like that's fine. Now, and then on top of that, the cost of living keeps going up.
Yeah.
So $15, the insurance, my insurance went up. It goes up every year. So every time I get a doggone bonus, I'm not seeing that bonus. At least I pretty much know, okay, yeah, they gave me this, but I know where it's going. I'm still having to always either scale back because something else is coming, or I got to get a second gig. You got people who even in some instances, people who even have decent paying jobs still have to get a second gig.
Right.
But
There's
this is
something
something
on there.
you got to understand the history of the minimum wage and why it was created in the first place is because people was working slave wages on practically next to nothing. They had to create a minimum wage.
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't the purpose. The reason that you outlined is not the reason for the minimum wage.
No.
So
not.
my thing is, if you work a job and you're working in 8 hours a day, 7 days, well, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, you need to make a living wage. You are producing a valuable producer in this society. So that's why when I hear people making fun of, and it's so funny, when the pandemic happened, these people that people used to laugh at and pay no attention to, all of a sudden became essential work. Well, if I'm fucking essential, then you pay me.
Pay me. That's right. Facts.
You can't make the argument that I'm essential, but I'm not worth a living wage. Or at least, like I said, I'm one of these people. Fuck all of this. Trying to give people a break. The wages that a person makes should be tied to the cost of living and productivity, worker productivity. Because if the CEO's wealth is growing exponentially like the fucking Hulk, how can you make the argument against that? You know what I'm saying? It's like, how can you make the argument against that? Tie that shit to worker productivity and the cost of living, or else don't hire nobody. If it's that unimportant, don't hire them. Do it yourself.
Yep. And here in Georgia, like I said, if you feel like somebody's dogging it on the job, you don't even need a reason to fire them. Get hired. If they in the company, you see they dogging it, they behind us out. It goes to somebody else.
At will.
Yeah, people lose good jobs all the time.
Yeah.
North Carolina, Georgia, all of them are at will. So
right.
I know in my job, you can literally show up to job drunk with a needle hanging out of your arm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And the only thing that'll happen is they'll take you to the farm, you go and do some rehab, and you still got your job. So, but there's people that try really hard to lose it.
Yeah, that company is amazing. I've seen people come in that company and go out within the first month and have their doctor's joints all doctored up. Next thing I know, they're in the office. I'm like,
yep.
How you get that job? I'm like, okay.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm not
Nothing.
making none of these excuses for these corporations. You cry me a fucking river when you're making billions of dollars a year. Fuck you. Pay your goddamn workers so that I don't have to do it. That's what I'm saying. Oh, Darius, no, don't push back. We're only going to be on here for like until 12. So you don't have to push back the live stream because we're going to tune. Oh yeah, after this is over, make sure y'all go to the BAIO channel because Darius is getting ready to drop it.
Okay.
He's getting ready to drop it. We're only going to be here to noon. But yeah, man. Yeah, I'm big on that's my thing. People who work, because think about it. If you work, you contribute to society. You have to go to businesses and buy lunch and breakfast. You have to take transportation. You gotta buy clothes. You know, like saying you are participating in society.
Right.
So don't fucking jerk the people that's working. Don't jerk the people that's working. And these jobs are high turnover. Maybe they shouldn't be high turnover. Like, I think the fucking tip workers, you think 725 is bad. I think theirs is what, $2?
Yeah.
That's fucking
yeah,
that
like
is embarrassing.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, now
Because
that's
my thing
bad.
is, if you're not worth, if the job is only worth $2, then what you basically saying is that job is unnecessary, and that the person who's running the business can do it themselves. Don't tell me you need them. You cannot tell me you need those workers if you're only paying them $225. Fuck you.
$2.25 an hour.
We pay our actors and actresses more than a fucking minimum wage. We pay them. We pay them. You know what I'm saying? And we're not rich,
But we take care of them for the day.
exactly.
And they
$2.
enjoy coming to work.
Exactly. And when the work is over, they get paid. They ain't gotta wait.
How do you justify that? $2. Like, what's the justification? You like why even leave your house? I'm like, yo, it's gonna cost me that much to take, if not more, to get on the bus or wherever I gotta go.
I can answer that question because they
Yeah, please.
always want to put it on the customer and put it on the public. So if I don't pay my workers, you have to tip my workers or else they ain't gonna get paid. Fuck you.
Right, and they want to make you feel bad about it.
Yeah, fuck you. Pay your goddamn workers so that the public is not paying them. Because somebody's got to pay them. And if they're not worth paying, then maybe you shouldn't have them.
Yep.
I mean, I feel strongly. This is like, if you can tell, one of the issues that get under my skin. Yeah, because it's like we make so many fucking excuses for people who got shit. Jeff Bezos is gonna be all right. I'm quite sure with $150 billion, you're gonna be all right. The fact that you tossing and turning in your bed because somebody's making a living wage, you are a piece of shit. Bottom line. 150. Man, you give me $150 billion, people will have tangible change in their lives. And I'm not talking about going around giving people money. That's not what I'm saying. But systemically, I can do so much with that. Do you know, like, this is one of the things that pissed me off was Michael Bloomberg. Michael Bloomberg basically ran for president like buying a pack of bubble gum. The man is worth what, 60 billion? He took $1 billion and just said, you know what? I want to be president. And just bought airtime, like he just bought everything. And I'm not mad. And don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at him for doing it, because why not do it? If I could spend $1 billion and run for president, like, it's no skin off my back. Why wouldn't you do it? That's not the problem. The problem is the fact that he can do it. That's the problem. And I'm sitting up there going, this guy just bought he just ran for presidency. Like he went to the store and bought some juicy fruit. And they said that, fuck $1 billion. I think they said you can end homelessness. Is it homelessness? Yeah, you can end homelessness in the U.S. for $30 billion. End it. If Mr. Holipsism had $150 billion and I spent $30 billion to end homelessness in America, that would leave me with a paltry $120 billion.
Ooh.
What the hell am I gonna do?
I don't know if you're gonna be able to survive with that, man. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what other adjustments I gotta make in my life.
Yeah, man. That other yacht, you may have to. Yeah, I might have to wait till the next couple of years or so.
Yeah, I might have to get like a yacht with 50 rooms and cut that shit down to 40, man.
Yeah. Y'all gonna have to bunk.
I don't know.
Sick, man.
I mean, instead of caviar, y'all might just have to deal with like lobster and shrimp. I don't know if we can do the caviar.
Yeah. Damn, I ain't messing with Mark, man. He always serving shrimp and lobster, man. Never got no doggone caviar, son. Tired of that.
We better go to Bezos' house.
Right.
Like that nigga.
Dang, he be skimping.
Right, yo, can I get some Sauvignon Blanc while we drinking Cristal all the time?
He usually gives us a parting gift and all of that. What the fuck? Like my parting gift is half of what it used to be.
Exactly. He's giving out diamond watches, man. This is crazy. I don't want this crap. throw the joint in the water. Get the hell out of here, man.
What I'm gonna do with this?
Out of here with that, man. Let's go to Bezos' place, son.
Fucking now people got places to live. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
What about my caviar?
Yeah. Oh man. This is like normalizing people's minds too. Like they think this is it. Like it's the same thing when you go back to like the sports athletes when you talking about that how they get paid. It's amazing how people will say, "Man, this dude is getting paid $200 million, $300 million." I'm like, I'm more looking at the owner. Like he just wrote that. Like he just.
Yeah, and they want to give the impression. They want to give the impression that the players are making them broke.
Yeah, right.
Oh God, we got these big ass salaries we got to pay. Oh my God, I can't accept. And nobody ever questions the amount of money that the owners make. Like, how come they don't plaster what the owners make on the front page of the news?
Mm-hmm.
How come? But they'll put the players. It's like one of the funniest things I've seen on TV. Eddie Murphy was being interviewed by David Letterman.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this so clearly. It was like years ago, and I just found it on YouTube. And David Letterman was asking him about his house, and then like they went to a break, and he came back. He said, "So you like cars? What kind of cars you got?" And Eddie Murphy, he had his laugh. He just started laughing, and he said, "These questions are from the Negro files." He's like, "Yo, so how much money do you make? How many carats is on that ring?"
This is the question. This is the level of questioning I'm getting. Okay.
What do you do with all that money? So how come you don't ask Joan Collins that?
Right.
Who was interviewing him?
David Letterman.
I'm about to say that sounds like some David Letterman shit.
Yeah, so you like cars? What kind of cars you got? Like he asked Eddie Murphy how much his house was. He said, "How much is your house?"
Right. Wow.
I can hear Eddie Murphy saying that too. Like, how much is your shit?
You all in my joint.
Yeah, it's just like that's the thing. It's like it's the narrative that has to be changed. You know what I'm saying? And the narrative that the rich and the wealthy have set is that their money is you don't talk about that. It's almost like the candy man. You don't say his name 3 times. You can't say anything about their wealth. The only people whose wealth should be questioned are the people who's working. I mean, we're sitting here. The Democrats promised $2,000 checks, got into office, and then it got reduced to what, 1,400, because they said, "Oh, well, you already got 600 from Trump, so we just making up the difference." That's not what you fucking said. So you're in a position of power, and you finagling the public over $600, but yet you paying the banks $1 trillion a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I made this I was saying this before about the fact that most people don't know that the banks were getting $1 trillion a day from the Federal Reserve. And the Federal Reserve commissioner, the guy he said that we can basically print up as much money as we want because we control the money supply.
Right.
How many people know that the banks were getting paid $1 trillion? So in other words, the banks were being made whole by the government. They weren't losing any money, and yet they're still coming after people for mortgages and rents.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And yet, you like the fact that the people might get 2,000, which just had them tossing and turning in their sleep, that they had to reduce it to 1,400. And they wouldn't even include a raise from the 725 to the minimum wage in the bill.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. And this is a cycle. This is a perpetual cycle because we could go just rewind and go back to when that 2008 crash and what was it? I think that was when the crash when they was bailing them banks out then too.
Yeah.
They caused the
2008.
damn problem. Yeah, they caused the problem. Bailed them out.
You can go back to that. You can go back to when they saved the auto industry
Mm-hmm.
with General Motors and all of them. They saved the auto industry. The
And you know what?
corporation.
And you know what the funny part is?
What?
The wealthy, the people in power are hogging up all the That's why Amos Wilson said it best. He said, everybody talks about population control. He said, the problem isn't the amount of people on the earth. The problem is the amount of greedy people on the earth.
Mm-hmm.
The people who have this small amount of people taking up the vast majority of the world's resources. He said, if we can get rid of the greedy people, everybody else could eat.
Thanks.
Yep.
So all these people talking about population, it's too many people. No, it's not too many people on the earth. It's too many fucking greedy people. It's just like what I was saying about Thanos in that movie. Thanos' issue is people, it's just too many people taking up too much space. Did you see his throne room?
Right.
Like, why do you need all that space, Thanos? I know you big. You ain't that big. And it's always those people who want other people, like I've said it before. People talk about we need to depopulate the earth, but they never want to volunteer themselves. If you volunteer yourself, the earth will be depopulated by 1. Don't just talk the talk, walk it.
I'm essential.
Yeah, always, just coincidentally. If you notice, when it comes to depopulation, nobody wants to volunteer, but they more than willing to, with the concept of other people dying. When it comes to dictatorships, they're always the dictator. That's interesting. I'm an authoritarian dictator. We need an authoritative dictator system, but they always are the dictator. They never volunteer that for anybody else.
Right.
It's just coincidentally they happen to be the dictator.
Yeah.
If it's collateral damage and a bomb gets dropped, oh, well, you know, these things happen. But it's never their family and never them. That their family and them can't be collateral damage, but other people's families can. That's why I say it's all bullshit, man. It's like the people who think that these people are for them, they're only for themselves. Just like these politicians. These politicians get into office. It's just like what we were saying about the NBA and the NFL. The Super Bowl is the contract signing. You notice that?
Mm-hmm.
You sign that, whatever contract you signed, that family be celebrating, y'all be partying, because that's what it's all about. You can win the Super Bowl or lose the Super Bowl. Hey, whatever, we'll get them next time. Let's go to Holip's house and get this fucking shrimp and lobster.
Yeah, you see them both, the winners and the losers be partying in the same club. Yo, we good, son.
Exactly.
You good, I'm good.
Exactly. Because I won my Super Bowl when I signed that contract.
Say, yo, look at my ring. Yo, I'm about to buy that too, son. You see my check? I'm gonna buy one of those too.
Yeah, I know where they make those rings. I can go and get one.
Yeah,
I can customize that shit.
Exactly.
People be looking at your ring like, yo, wait a minute. You didn't win the Super Bowl in 19 whatever. You sure about that? That's what the ring says.
Yeah, exactly. That's what exactly. You comfortable? I'm very comfortable. I'm good.
Yeah, once these politicians get into office, that's how they are. It's like they were fighting for health care. They were fighting for minimum wage. They was fighting for all of this stuff. And then they get into office and they make $140-something thousand a year. And then the fight is over.
That's it.
You guys got to mobilize. You're so close, but we need pressure from you. Motherfucker, isn't that what I put you in office for?
Yeah, right.
I have to mobilize. We already mobilized. I mobilized to get your fucking ass in the office. And then when you get in there, you sitting up there in a fucking expensive restaurant, tipping champagne, talking about, well, we got to do things incrementally. You guys, you can't just do everything all at once.
Incremental growth.
Yeah, incremental.
You walk in his office, put his up on the desk. He got, if you're feeling like a pimp, nigga, go on, pressure. Oh, wait a minute. He's like, hold on, man, what you doing?
Yeah, man, it's like you got to take things easy. I know it's a pandemic, but we'll get them next time.
Yeah.
We'll get them next time. But I mean, we tried. We mentioned the bill. We mentioned, hey, can we do 15? Oh shit. Okay.
Listen, you're trying. Listen, guy, you're trying to go too fast. Like, I understand. I get it. But one thing at a time. You can't do. First you go along, then you get along.
Right. Wait a minute. Is that Sauvignon Blanc you drinking? Or is that Riesling? Which one is that? Sauvignon Blanc or Riesling?
It's Sauvignon Blanc, but it came with the office.
Yeah.
It's not my fault it's here.
Yeah, this came when I got here.
It came with the office.
Like, Susan, could you come in here? Could you remove this? I meant to tell you to take this out of my office. You silly girl. Just hide her.
Wait a minute. Is that crab legs I see?
Yeah. Yep.
Did they give you the crab legs all at once, or was it incrementally?
Guy, I don't make the rules, guy. Listen, I don't make the rules here.
This is the perks of the job. It came with the,
I'm just a humble civil servant. That's what I am.
Yep. So once they get that position, you can forget about pushing for anything because they got theirs. They got Cadillac healthcare. They got a salary, they got stock options, they got speaking gigs, book signings.
Like I said, you comfortable? I'm very comfortable. How's your comfort level? Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
You
Like, did
done
you see what
made it.
Biden did? Did you see what Biden did recently?
What you
He
gotta remind me.
he took the staffers that campaigned and pushed to get him in the office and fired the staffers that in their past history smoked marijuana.
Wow. Okay. All
Oh,
right.
you guys got to go. So my question is, when are you getting rid of your VP?
Mm-hmm.
Is she going to?
Wow.
Oh well, that's different.
Wow.
I tell you, man. Well, we only got about 6 minutes left. Is there a particular thing you want to talk about, Lamont, that we can take
Uh,
out?
well, I guess I just wanted to know, and this transition segue into BAIO information. I see there's been definitely a lot of great information on Liberia, and I know I haven't been to Rwanda yet, but is there anything in the works to for a Liberia visit, since that's been put out there very, very heavy with, like, again, I must say, a lot of great information.
Hmm.
What do you guys feel like to look forward towards that as a possible, I don't want to say vacation, but a destination?
That probably won't happen till next year because Jabari won't be able to go until next year. And I
Okay.
really don't want to go without him because he has a lot of connects there.
Hmm.
It will basically be like our, you know, the main person on that trip in terms of connecting with the people on the ground. So it probably won't be till next year, but it's definitely a go. That
Okay.
I do know. Like we're definitely going to Liberia, and I still want to go to Rwanda. I really wanted to go to Rwanda this year. Like one of the things I'm wondering is what is taking so goddamn long with this Rwandair and JFK thing. This was supposed to have been done 2 years ago.
I'm sorry, excuse me.
That's the only thing
Yeah.
that's frustrating me because if JFK, if they were leaving out of JFK, ooh,
Yeah.
that would be beautiful. Beautiful. A straight ride. And it's probably be like $700 or something for a
Awesome.
round trip, which is not bad at
Hmm.
all.
That's incredible.
So yeah, we're definitely going to go to Liberia. And I want to say this while everybody's listening. I have to issue a public apology to everybody who was talking to me about Liberia because I was just so dismissive of Liberia. And I know why. Like in retrospect, I know why. It's because of I was at the headspace that I was in at the time. But I got to give credit to Jabari and a few other people like
Hmm.
iTuber and a few other people online who were really pushing Liberia. But I have to give Jabari credit because Jabari, what sold me on it was the political strategy around reparations.
Mm-hmm.
When I thought about it, and nobody ever did that. Like we've been talking about Liberia, like before the, what's his name, J. Jonah Jameson was talking about this for years. Lester Jenkins, he was talking about this for years, but he never made that point. And Jabari made the point, and I was like, oh shit, that makes perfect fucking sense. So just from a strategy perspective, if African Americans would just merely acknowledge what they already started, we already think about it. We already have a land, we already have a territory, we already have a government. We already have it. All we have to do is claim it.
That's why
That's all
I
we
asked,
have to
because
do.
that's why I asked, because all the great information they putting out there, I'm like, it makes sense. It's like it's
Right.
there already. Just claim it.
That's it.
Then
That's it.
they have to deal with you.
And let me say this, because this is something that I was speaking with Underrated Mind on the phone a couple of days ago. And this is a point that I've said. If you're the Liberian government, and I don't give a damn who's in charge, but let's just say that the indigenous people are in charge of the government right now. Wouldn't it be in their interest to unite or to be with African Americans and claim African Americans, because that way they can go to the UN and actually push for reparations, which gets back to the point that I was always making. Like, reparations is for repairing a nation, it's not for repairing individuals. This is the reason why ADOS and FBA can't go anywhere with their reparations movement, because there's no organization behind it. But if you have an actual nation state, then that's the perfect outlet for your reparations to go. But see, the problem is, if the reparations go to the nation state, then niggas don't get their individual checks.
They don't get their individual.
Right.
That's it.
That's what the problem is.
They don't give a. They like F the people. Give me mine.
So that'll let you know,
like they care about it.
Right? Like NDR says, it's a win-win situation. But yo, it's 12 o'clock. It's been real. Jabari's going to be, or he's probably starting up on the BAIO channel. So everybody that's listening to this, I love you. Peace. Have a good day.
We got to do this
to the BAIO. Yeah, we're going to definitely do it again. And go to the BAIO channel and listen to Jabari's video. All right?
All right.
So
Peace.
I'll y'all later.
One.
Peace.
One.